Well, hello. Welcome to Hatha Vinyasa Flow. My name's Amy Sullivan and I'm a yoga teacher. I'm also a health and nutrition coach. And we are going to go off on an adventure today into our bodies, opening our hearts a little bit, and focusing in on the concept of self-acceptance. So it's just something to think about and focus on as we go through. And we are going to begin our journey today in a child's pose. So child's pose, we're going to come onto all fours to start, and then bring your big toes to touch. Part your knees so you can create space to help your heart and your head melt between your knees. So you can walk your hands forward and let your forehead rest down on the earth. And as you continue to walk your fingertips forward and shift your hips back, notice that there's room for your heart to melt down as well, heading towards the earth, a little opening. So this is a little bit tight for the knees, perhaps for some. So options for you. You can take a little couch cushion if you want. You can take a couch cushion if you want. Can you guys hear me okay? I just noticed someone was unmuted. Okay. Cool. We're going to row. So if things are feeling tight in your knees for child's pose, you can take a cushion. You can stick it behind your knees, just a couch cushion, anything like that. That'll add a little cush or softness, so it's not quite as harsh. You could also elect to keep your hips a little bit higher. All right, so you're less bent into the knee, but you're still getting that dropping, that rooting down of your heart, of your forehead, and just ease into it. So those are some options for you. And then just take a moment in your child's pose to truly and fully, first and foremost, arrive here on your mat, here in this room, and perhaps a little bit more into your body. Just take a little stock, maybe moving from your toes all the way up to your head. Notice anything that's happening for you today. Any interesting quirks happening with your body. Just give yourself a moment to feel into those, notice them, acknowledge. As we move into our different shapes today, thinking of that concept of acceptance, where might you find acceptance in your practice today? And perhaps that means finding a little bit deeper breath, or maybe that means making a modification so it feels better in your body. What would help you serve you to be able to fully connect inward? Maybe the shape doesn't look exactly like it does on the screen, but it feels better in your body. Or maybe you accept that you can go a little bit further, whatever that means for you today. So we're in child's pose for those of us just joining, knees apart, feet together. And now everyone start to come in to noticing your breath. Just notice that natural rhythm. Accept the breath exactly as it is just now. No need to change it. No need to force it. Just be here with your breath for these next few moments. And on your next inhale, add a little bit more intention to your breath. Draw the breath all the way down to the depths of your stomach, and then let it expand and grow outward from there. Filling your belly with air, expanding through your ribs and your chest. And then take a nice open mouth exhale, sigh it out. One more time, just like that. Big, tall inhale to the depths of your belly, and then expand through your belly, through your rib cage. Open mouth, exhale, let it out. And from here, friends, seal your lips together and start to draw your breath evenly in and out through your nose. Invoking your yogic breath, your ujjayi. And as you breathe in and out, perhaps you start to add a little constriction at the back of your throat, a little fogging of the mirror noise, like a sensation as you breathe in and out. That's going to help you build that heat and build that focus. You're welcome to use it throughout class.
and you're welcome to release it anytime it's no longer serving you. From here, friends, rise up to your tabletop from here. Separate your feet if they've come together for your child's pose. And then align your wrists below your shoulders and your knees below your hips. Good morning to everyone who just joined us. Nice to see you. Pull your abs in, and then inhale, find your cow pose. Drop your belly down, lift your hips up, shine your heart forward, and roll your shoulders back and down as you lift your chin. Exhale, cat pose. Tuck your pelvis, tuck your chin, and then press your hands down to really spread your shoulder blades wide and send your spine upward. And then take a few more, find a little flow. Inhale as you come to your cow. Exhale as you find your cat. Make a little rhythm. A little dance, warm up your spine. You can go fast, you can go slow. Let it feel good. Find that breath, build that heat, your yogic breath, your ujjayi. A little in your throat as you go. We'll meet back in our tabletop in 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Find your neutral spine, tabletop here. Root down into your left hand and both your knees. Inhale, lift your right arm high. Open your heart outward, stretch. Find a little twist, a little wringing out along your belly button. Reach your right fingertips up a little bit more. Inhale. Exhale, weave your right hand through your other hand, and then drop your right shoulder onto the floor. Keep your hips lifted and let your right cheek hit the mat as well. So the left hand, the hand that is not tucked under, can be used as a lever. So you can press into the mat to open your heart a little bit through the hole underneath your left armpit. And a little twist and a little shoulder stretch here. Take a big inhale. Nice big exhale, release something, sink a little deeper into your right shoulder. And then press into your standing hand and your knees. Inhale, open up, untwist. Right fingertips go high one more time. And then exhale, come back to your tabletop. And wag your tail, just even out your spine here. We'll do the other side. Root into your right hand. Inhale, left arm high, stretch towards the ceiling and wring out right along your belly button. Little heart opener. Squeeze both your outer glutes to give you stability. Take one more inhale here. Exhale, weave your arm on through. Left arm comes through that hole of your other arm in your hips. Drop your shoulder down to the mat. Keep your hips up. Maybe your left cheek also makes it to the floor. And now this time your right hand can work as that lever, pressing into the mat to help ease in a deeper twist and a little broader stretch. Breathe into your back body here. Breathe out. And then rise up, press into your right hand. Inhale, unwind, lift your left fingertips high. Exhale, come down to the center. Spread your fingers out nice and wide. Turn your fingers out just a little bit so your pointer finger is in line with the sides of your mat. Or maybe you even move them out a little more. That's gonna give you space in your shoulders for your down dog. Tuck your toes under. Pull your abs up and in towards your spine. Inhale here. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your hips. And ease into this first down dog of class. Maybe it's the first down dog of your day. So bend and straighten your knees. Maybe you keep a big bend in your knees. Focus more on the lifting of your hips by pressing your belly towards your thighs. And root evenly into the whole palm of your hand. Rotate your armpits towards each other to broaden your shoulders. And then find a place of stillness. Maybe you have a big bend in your knees today. So you can lift your hips higher and find length through your spine. That's great. This is a perfect down dog with your heels up in the air, booty up in the air, heart towards your knees. And then as you inhale, everyone come to your toes, gaze forward between your thumbs, and then exhale, ragdoll. Take a few giant big steps, stay low to come to the top of your space. So you're in a forward fold with your feet hips width. Bend your knees a lot. And I like to rest my chest right on my thighs and really bend down, and then grab onto opposite elbows, and then just release your head. Let your head accept the weight of gravity and rock side to side, and then play around with the art of straightening your legs. And maybe you really don't straighten them a lot. Get a little more release through your spine. Maybe you bend and straighten them just like you did in downward facing dog, and move the weight around forward and back. Anything that feels good here. Let your Spine, just decompress and dangle down. Come back to center and stillness. Release your hands down. Heel toe your feet towards each other. And then root down into your feet. Tuck your tailbone under and start to curl up to standing. Nice and slow and easy. One vertebrae at a time, rolling up to the top. Beautiful. Roll your shoulders back and down, standing nice and tall and proud. Good morning or good afternoon, wherever you are when you're watching this. From here, friends, bring your hands forward. I'm just gonna turn so you can see. So option here, palms are facing forward, roll your shoulders back. There's gonna be space. So you can keep your toes together. If you want a little more stability in your stance this morning, bring your feet about hips width. And then notice what's happening with your feet. Is there a little more weight? Shift your weight forward so it's on the balls of your feet. And then shift your weight back so it's a little bit more on your heels. And then come to the middle. Can you ground down from your big toe mound to your pinky toe mound to your heel? Almost like there's a triangle on the bottom of your foot. Try to maintain acceptance of that weight evenly distributed through your feet. Beautiful. And from here, friends, inhale, find your mountain pose. Rise up, palms face out as you lift, and then come together to frame your head. Pinky sending forward. Drop your shoulders down away from your ears. Drop your tailbone down to lift your heart more and wrap your abs inward to find length through your torso. Inhale up. Exhale, side stretch. So right arm's gonna come over, left arm reaches up and over, right arm comes down. And then bump your left hip out. Keep rooting down into both your feet. Find length through both sides of your torso. Come back to center, rise up, mountain pose. We'll head to the other side. Exhale, side bend over to the left, reach it over, bump your right hip out. And rotate your right shoulder back a little bit so you find that squaring of your shoulders forward. Inhale, come back to center. And as you exhale, little baby back bend. Cactus your arms out, lift your heart up towards the ceiling, lift your face up. Pretend there's a string on the end of your nose, pulling your face upwards. Kiss your shoulder blades together in the back and hug your thighs towards each other for support. Inhale back to your mountain. And then as you exhale, forward fold. So you're at the top of your space. I'm just showing you that frontal view. Bend your knees as much as you need to as you travel down. Inhale, halfway lift here, friends. Hands to your legs. So probably your shins, but maybe your thighs. Use your hands to press your head forward and parallel your spine to the mat. Roll your shoulders back and down. Find a gentle squeeze between your shoulder blades. Inhale here. Exhale, high plank. Plant your palms and step back. So find that firing up of your belly, your inner heat. And maybe you're up here, maybe that doesn't serve you. So you let your knees come to the floor, but still notice how my hips are in line with my shoulders and I wrap my abs up and in towards my spine. Root down evenly with those palms of your hand. Keep a slight bend in your elbows, shoulders over your wrists. Inhale here. Come an inch forward. Exhale, lower all the way down to your belly. Pin your elbows in and point them back as you lower. When you get down, untuck those toes. Wiggle them out, find a nice long legs along your mat. Keep your hands in next to your ribs, point your elbows high. Low cobras. So zipper up your thighs, press your pelvis into the earth. Inhale, low cobra. Roll your shoulders back and down and lift up. Squeeze your shoulder blades together to ignite your back body. Zipper up your thighs, but send your tailbone down towards your feet. Feel it pull downwards. It's almost if someone's gently pressing down, and pull the crown of your head forward. Inhale. Exhale, lower down. Gorgeous job. We're gonna do 2 more of those. Inhale, rise up, low cobra. Roll your shoulders back, knit your abs up and in, press your pelvis into the earth. Option to hover your hands here. One more inhale. Exhale, lower down. And one final time, rise up, low cobra. Roll your hands back and down, hover your knees, zipper up those thighs. Option to lift your feet for the last breath in. Exhale, lower down. Keep your hands next to your low ribs and inhale, rise up to your upward facing dog. So as you pull up, it's like a big cobra. Shine your heart forward. It's almost like you slither through your hands and then press the toenail edges of your feet into the earth to lift your thighs. Pause here, inhale, look up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Tuck your toes, use your abs to lift your hips up. And then pause here for a moment, reset, recenter into you. How can you accept exactly where you are in this moment? Accepting the weight evenly distributed between your hands and your feet. Accept a bend in your knees. Perhaps you say to yourself, I accept myself fully as I am. I accept myself fully as I am. And take this beautiful sun A breath to movement, a little flow. So on your next inhale, come to the balls of your feet, bend your knees and gaze forward. Exhale, forward fold. So maybe you take a few steps or you hop to the top of your space. Inhale, find that halfway lift again. Pull the crown of your head forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up, mountain pose. Exhale, side bend to the right. Right arm down, left arm up and over. Inhale, come back to center, mountain pose. Exhale, side bend to the other side. Inhale, center, mountain pose. Exhale, baby back bend, cactus your arms out. Drop your tailbone down so your heart can lift higher. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Let your heart guide the way and bend your knees as much as you need to. Inhale, halfway lift. Listen up, team. Exhale, high plank to low plank this time. So we're gonna step it back, come forward. Maybe you're on your knees, make space for your shoulders to come down, lower halfway down. And then pull right forward, inhale, upward facing dog. Lift your thighs up, roll them up and in towards the sky. Exhale, downward facing dog. 2 breaths here to reset, recenter. Inhale and exhale. One more time, inhale. Exhale. We're gonna flow through that one more time. Inhale, come to the balls of your feet, bend your knees and look between your thumbs. Exhale, step or hop to the top of your space. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up, mountain pose. Stretch your fingertips high, grow taller. Exhale, side bend over to your right. Inhale, center, mountain pose. Exhale, side bend to your left. Inhale, mountain pose, stretch tall. Exhale, back bend. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, forward fold, descend down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high plank to low plank. Plant your palms on your toes or your knees. Shift a little forward, lower halfway down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful, nice big inhale here, friends. Open mouth, exhale. Maybe stick your tongue out, let something go. Seal your lips together. Return to your yogic breath through Ujjayi. On your next inhale, come to the balls of your feet, bend your knees and look forward. Exhale, forward fold. Travel to the top of your space. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, find your chair pose, Utkatasana. So as you rise up, sink into your heels and send your hips back. So you're about to sit down in a chair. Root more into your heels and zipper up your thighs. You should feel your hamstrings and your glutes ignite. If you're feeling a lot of energy happening in your low spine, tuck your tailbone down slightly and knit your abs in. That should give you a little more length. And then lift your heart up. Rotate your armpits towards each other. Super strong. Inhale here. Exhale, chair plane. Same legs. Just swim your arms back. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Rotate your shoulders down and back. And maybe you press back here. Now, option here, friends, to stay with your arms behind, or maybe you clasp your fingers behind you if you have space there this morning, or maybe you grab onto opposite wrists or opposite elbows. So you decide. As you inhale, straighten your legs and roll your shoulders back and down. Keep your arms bound. As you exhale, forward fold. Keep your arms bound. Bend your knees as much as you want. Come on down. And maybe your shoulders lift up off your back. Find a little chest expansion here in this forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Your arms are bound. Keep them back. Pull the crown of your head forward. Parallel your belly to the floor. Exhale, high plank to low plank. Plant your palms, step back. Option to go through this vinyasa, this high to low plank, or maybe you press straight to downward facing dog, if that serves your body better. We will meet in downward facing dog. Beautiful. From here, friends, inhale your right leg high. 3-leg dog. Kick your right leg to the sky. Pause here for a moment. Flex through your right toes to turn your thigh on. And warm up your abs. Wrap them up towards your spine. Take one more inhale here. And then as you exhale, low lunge, step your right leg through. Pull your belly in to make space for that foot to come through. And from here, staying down with your chest, fan your back foot out 45 degrees. All right, bend into your front knee and inhale, rise up, warrior one. So you're facing forward. Your front knee is bent, back knee's out a little bit. Front knee over your ankle. And gently draw your right hip back, left hip forward. It's a teeny movement. Drop your tailbone down so your heart can lift up more. Inhale. Exhale, high plank to low plank, or step straight back to downward facing dog. So these vinyasas, maybe your right leg lifts if you want to take it up a notch. They are always optional. Let your body tell you what feels best for today and serve that. Some days we're ready to go, and some days it serves us better to do a little bit less, to slow down, to make the alternatives. So breathe in, feel into what you need today. Big inhale, big exhale. Inhale your left leg high now. 3-leg dog on this side. Flex through your left foot. Feel your quad lift off your kneecap, ignite. Turn on, inhale. Exhale, low lunge. Pull your belly up and in, round through your spine. Just shift your leg forward. And then fan your back foot out. Stamp your back heel onto the mat and send your foot out a little bit. Bend and press into your front heel. And inhale, rise up, warrior one on this side. Gently drag your left hip back, right hip forward so that you're trending your heart and your hips towards the front. Because our legs are open, we're not going to be completely square, but it's our intention to head in this direction. Send more weight into the heel of your front foot and the back outer knife edge of your back foot. Inhale. Exhale, bring it down, low lunge. Inhale, step back, high plank. Maybe you keep your left toes lifted. Exhale, lower halfway down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a nice big inhale. Nice big exhale, reset. I accept myself fully as I am. On your next inhale, come to the balls of your feet, bend your knees and look forward. Exhale, forward fold. We're gonna take that and a little breath to movement. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, find your chair pose. So you rise up, lift your heart and hands, sink your hips low. Exhale, chair with airplane arms. Interlace your hands behind your back if that feels good. Inhale, rise up, little heart lifter. Exhale, forward fold. Keep your arms bound behind you. Bend your knees a lot. Maybe you lift your hands off the back of your hips. Inhale, halfway lift. Maybe you keep your arms bound. Pull your booty back, head forward. Exhale, high plank to low plank. Plant your palms. Or maybe you come straight to down dog. So here's vinyasa. I'll do the vinyasas every time. They're an option for you. Inhale your right leg high, 3-leg dog. Exhale, low lunge. Pull your right leg through, fan your back foot out. Inhale, find your warrior one. Exhale, find your low lunge, come back down. Inhale, high plank or downward facing dog. Vinyasa time, friends, or stay in your down dog for a few breaths. Other side, immediately inhale, left leg high. Exhale, low lunge. Fan your back foot out, inhale, warrior one. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, high plank. Head through your vinyasa or downward facing dog. Excellent work. Take a big inhale here. And a big exhale. Inhale your right leg high. Once again, 3-leg dog. Exhale, low lunge. Step your right leg through. Fan your back foot out once again, just like you did before. This time, friends, inhale, find your warrior two. So instead of coming up straight, you're gonna windmill open and be out to the side. So I'm gonna turn around so you can see my face. So holding here, bend into your front knee. You're heading towards a 90-degree angle. Maybe that happens today, maybe not, no big deal either way. Shift more of your weight into the heel of your front foot.
and the outer knife of your back foot. Same as warrior one. The difference is now you can see heart and hips are shining out to the side. And then finish it off by gazing over your right fingertips. Pause here, take an inhale. Exhale, extended side angle. So reach forward and hinge from your hips like everything you want is right there in front of you. Reach, 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 reach. Then bring your right arm down. Bring your left arm up and twist your belly from your belly button open. Just like when we were in our little tabletop. Wring out and open your heart. And then use this right arm in your lower leg, your front leg, to press your thigh outwards. And stretch your left fingertips high. Option to stay right here, left fingertips above, or you can extend your fingertips forward towards the top of your mat. Or you could take a half bind. For the half bind, spin your thumb away from your face, bend your elbow, and rotate your shoulder forward as the back of your hand slides down your back. And then when you found it, maybe it just goes to here today, maybe it wraps all the way around or it's somewhere in between. And then crank your heart open by twisting right from your belly and pressing your lower arm into your thigh. Gorgeous. After all that madness, we're gonna come on out of it. So root evenly into both of your feet and pull your abs in towards your spine for support. And then inhale, unravel, star pose. Toes out, heels in, and spread your fingers wide. Burst into a bright shining star. Inhale here. Exhale, sink down low, horse pose or maybe goddess. Same pose, it's whatever you identify with. Send your knees in line with your toes and drop your tailbone down so your heart can lift up more. So you're really trying to set your shoulders over your hips. And you can do that by rooting more into your heels. And then let's rock side to side. Awakening into your hips. Bring your hands down to your thighs if they're not there already. And now we're gonna intentionally press your hands into your thighs, shoot your head forward, booty back. Take an inhale here, pull, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, shoulder dip, little twist to the right. Let your left shoulder come down. Bend your elbows if that serves you, and use your hands again as levers to wring out and twist you a little deeper. Come back to center, inhale. Exhale, twist to the left. Right shoulder comes down. Get a little stretch through your right side ribs, wringing out of your spine. Inhale, come back to center. Let's twist it one more time each side. Exhale to the right. Keep rooting into your heels and use your hands to support, so take some of the effort out of your legs. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, sink your booty down, back into that horse, lift your heart up. And now we move on, inhale, star. So strong. Exhale, come back to the warrior two. So bring your arms parallel, back leg, it's pointing that way. Well, we want it to point this way. So spin those back toes forward about 45 degrees and take your whole right leg, send it so your toes point towards the front of the mat, and then bend back into your left knee. Arms come out, gorgeous. Root into this warrior two. Squeeze both your glutes to open your hips more and drop your tailbone down. Shoulders over your hips. From here, friends, inhale, reverse your triangle. So straighten your front leg, lift your front arm up, back arm down. Send a little bit more of your weight to the ball of your front foot. And maybe you shorten your stance here. Maybe you bring the back foot in just a little bit. Keep a little soft bend in your front knee. Inhale one more time. Exhale, triangle pose. So we just did this with our knee bent, now our knees straightened. So parallel your arms first, look over your right fingertips, hinge from your hips, pull, find that thing you want, it's right there. Grab for it, when you can go no further, right arm down, find your leg somewhere. Left arm comes up, stretches towards the sky. Open your heart. And as you press into the outside of your left foot, your back foot, feel your glute ignite a little bit and your heart can ring out a little more. Continue to keep that little micro bend in your front knee, or maybe it's a bigger bend today, that's okay too. Accept a shape for you that feels like a nice big stretch in a good way. Adjust as needed, come back to your breath. The breath becomes of the utmost importance when we hold into our poses. Press into both your feet, pull your abs in. Inhale, reverse your triangle. Just rise up, swap your arms. And exhale, take it home to downward facing dog. So windmill your hands down, spin your toes, your nose, your fingers forward, step your right leg back, and maybe you step straight to down dog. Or maybe you want more and you go through your vinyasa on toes or on knees. Maybe you add push-ups because you're really feeling it today. Nice big inhale here, team. Nice big exhale. Let something go. Seal your lips together, come back to your yogic breath, your ujjayi. I'm gonna spin around so I end up on the right side when we do the other side. And inhale your left leg high. Exhale, low lunge. Step your left leg through, fan that back foot out 45 degrees. Same setup. Bend into your front knee. Inhale, warrior two. So windmill open. This time, gazing over your left fingertips. Sink into your front heel. Squeeze your outer left glute to rotate your front thigh outward, opening through your hips. Same time, don't forget about that back foot. Send weight into the outer knife edge of the back foot and squeeze that glute too. To open through your hips, open through your heart by stretching your fingertips front to back, gaze over your left hand. Inhale here. Exhale, extended side angle. Reach to the left now. Hinge from your hips, root into your front heel. Then left arm down to 6. Right arm up to 12 o'clock. And ring your heart open. So lower arm, left arm gets to press into your left thigh to help create space in your lower hip. Top arm gets to play. Stretch straight up, or maybe stretch forward, little rib stretch. Or maybe you want that bind. Now spin your thumb to the back, bend your elbow, and then slide the back of your hand along your back and you'll find your magic spot on this side, and it might not match the other side. That's normal and that's okay. And then when you found your arm space that feels good, can you pull your abs in and twist your heart open a little more? Come back to that breath. Focusing in on you. Accepting weight into your front and your back foot. Beautiful. If you have a bind, gently release it. Inhale, find your star pose, rise up. Send your toes out and your heels in and spread your fingers nice and wide, burst into you. Take one more inhale. Exhale, find that horse, sink it low. Staying down here, adding a little strength. This time we're just gonna add a little squat. So press down into your heels, down. Exhale. Exhale, still building that heat. Roll your shoulders back and down. Squeeze your glutes to move your knees open. You got 4 and 3. Strong legs to walk you strong through life. 2, rise up. 1, inhale, star. You did it, good job. Exhale, warrior 2. Parallel your arms. So remember those back toes, they're hanging out, heading that direction. We want them to go this direction. Spin them forward. Bend into your front knee. Your whole front thigh, shin, toes, rotating forward to the top of your mat. And then gaze over your left fingertips. Sink 1 inch lower. I know you can. Inhale, reverse your triangle. So now straighten through your front leg. Front arm lifts, back arm to the back. Bump your back hip forward to square your hip points to the mirror, to the ground rather. Micro bend in your front knee. Inhale. Exhale, triangle pose. So parallel your arms, hinge from your hips and pull forward, pull, pull, pull. And then drop your front arm down, back arm up and rotate out. Focus on your feet first. Where are your feet accepting weight? Give a little more to the ball of your front foot, a little more to the outer edge of your back foot. Move up your legs, micro bend, at least in the front knee. Maybe it's a big bend today. Super straight's gonna impinge those joints. And then your belly, ring it out, open, heart open, stretch your fingers. Gorgeous. From here, friends, inhale, reverse. And exhale, take it home, high plank to low plank, or step it to downward facing dog, or anything else that serves you, that sounds good, that feels good in your body. We meet in a downward facing dog. Big inhale, big open mouth exhale. Make a little space. Release a little bit of that heat you're building.
Come back to your yogic breath. A little bit more standing here. And then we'll move to the floor to stretch it out. So have your lips sealed together. I accept myself fully as I am. On the mat, off the mat. I accept myself fully as I am. As you inhale, come to the balls of your feet. Bend your knees and look between your thumbs. Exhale, forward fold. Step or hop. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, come back to your chair pose, Utkatasana. Drop your tailbone down, pull your abs in, squeeze through your glutes. Inhale here. Exhale, hands to heart center. As you inhale, send your booty back and the crown of your head forward. Hinge a little bit more from your hips. Make space to exhale, prayer twist. Drop your left elbow down and press your hands into each other. So now our hands are your left elbow is the lever to help you enhance your twist a little bit deeper. Sink into your heels. Shift your hips back and zipper up your thighs. Gently pull your left knee back so it's in line with your right. Option to open your arms. We are powerhouses of strength. Feel into your power here. Breathe into it. Invoke it from your belly outwards. We rise back up. Inhale, find your chair. Press into your heels, rise up. Exhale, chair with airplane arms. Strong and steady. Inhale, one leg mountain. So you're gonna straighten up, wrap your outer right thigh, and then lift your left toes. So pause here, flex through your left foot as you feel your outer right hip wrapping around. Find that strength, that stability. Inhale here. And then exhale, find your airplane pose. So swim your arms back, drop your heart forward as you kick your left leg back. Really ground into your right leg. Feel your quad ignite on the right, your hips, pull your abs up and in. Flex your left foot, your lifted foot. Think mountain pose in both your legs. Micro bend in your standing leg. One more inhale here. And exhale, gently step back. Amazing job. From here, coming back to that warrior one. So back foot is down and stamped out 45 degrees. And now take your front foot and heel toe it out to the right. So you're making a wider stance side to side on your mat. From here, bend into your front knee and then gently shift your right hip back, left hip forward. If you're like me, see this big depression in my tailbone? Tuck gently by squeezing those glutes to lift your hips. Just a little, if it feels good. Should feel good in your body. If your body doesn't move that way, maybe there's a little bit more hinge here. And then bring your arms behind your back. So if it feels all right, interlace your hands. You can also grab onto opposite elbows, opposite wrists. I did that and said that backwards. You get the idea. Something behind. You could also bring your hands to your hips. Inhale, rise up with your heart as you press into your feet. Exhale, humble warrior. Keep pressing into your feet. Squeeze your thighs towards each other, towards the midline of your mat. Draw your abs in and pull the crown of your head forward as you hinge from your hips and come down. You're heading towards your right shoulder, so my right shoulder's resting on my right thigh. Maybe it also comes inside. And maybe your arms lift up, maybe not today, maybe they rest down. Maybe it serves you better for your hands to come down and frame your front thigh. Keep rooting evenly into both your front and your back foot. Gently draw your right hip back, left hip forward. Inhale here. And if you haven't already, as you exhale, bring your hands down to the earth. Walk your hands around to the left. Find wide forward fold. I'm gonna spin around. So point your toes towards the wide edge of your mat. And start to bend your knees, either a little or a lot, to make space and allowance so that your head and your shoulders can just dangle down. And maybe for you today, that means that you are over by a chair or the arm of your sofa, and you are putting your hands on the arm of the sofa so that you can bend down and have that stability and strength. Maybe there's a big bend in your knees, maybe there's a little bend, but there should at least be a slight bend, okay? Protect those knee joints so you can come back tomorrow and keep on keeping on. And then can you just let your head release? Maybe shake it side to side. If you have extra space this morning, play around with walking your hands back behind, like through your legs. And then take a moment to breathe in here. And exhale. If your hands are not already below your shoulders, move them below your shoulders. Inhale, halfway lift. Pull the crown of your head forward. As you exhale, walk your hands back to the front of your mat. Find your low lunge. One more time. Right foot in front, left foot behind. Inhale here. Pull the crown of your head forward. As you exhale, forward fold. Just bring your back foot up to meet your front foot and shake your legs out. Impressive, strong work, my friends. One side down, one side to go. You got this. Shake those legs out. Actually, I guess I'll stay on this end for the chair. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. You don't have to dance around your mat as much. You can stay at the top. I just want to make sure you can see my face. Inhale, rise up, chair pose. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, booty back, head forward. Make that space through your torso. Exhale, prayer twist to the left. Drop your right elbow down. It's looking for the inside or the outside of your left knee. And maybe it finds it today, maybe it doesn't. Keep shifting your weight back towards your heels. Can you drop your hips down a little bit more? Option to open your arms. Feel that strength through both your thighs. Glutes ignited. Pull your abs in tight, we rise up. Inhale, chair. Exhale, chair with airplane arms. Your right leg is gonna lift up this time, so make your left leg super strong and mighty. Inhale, right knee high, one leg mountain. Flex through your right toes to pull your knee towards your hip. Drop your tailbone down to lift your heart. Wrap your abs in nice and tight like a hug. Inhale here. Exhale, airplane pose. Pull your hands back. Kick your right leg back and drop your head forward to parallel your body to the mat. So your foundation, your left leg, strong and mighty like the oak. Wrap your abs up and in so you soar through this with ease. And anytime you need to come down, come down. Take one more inhale here if you're still in it. Exhale, step it back. Beautiful. From here, hands to your hips. Let's set up our feet. So bring your back foot in just a little bit and stamp it down and fan it out about 45 degrees towards the front right corner of your mat. Bend into your front knee and then heel toe that front knee, your left knee out, left foot rather, out to the left. So now we're making broad space for your shoulders. Find your hands that interlace, wrists, ankles, or elbows, one of those joints, or hands on your hips. And then shine your heart and your hips forward. Bend into your front knee. Root into the heel of your front foot. Wrap your outer hips together. For stability and support, inhale, lift up with your face, your heart, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Exhale, humble warrior. Hinge from your hips, press into your feet. Feel your thighs engage. Pull your abs up and in so you can lower, hinging down. And then your left shoulder's heading towards the top of your left thigh, or it's inside your inner left thigh, and maybe you lift your hands. Maybe that doesn't serve you. You come back to hands on the earth, or you do our side angle pose. That's another option. Same action with the body, not as deep. So what would serve you best? Accept your breath into your body to help you move through holding here for a moment. Take one more inhale. If your hands aren't already down, bring them down to the earth. Inhale, halfway lift. As you exhale, walk your hands back to the side of your mat, to the right. One more wide-legged forward fold. Maybe you bring your feet a little closer together. Point your toes towards the wide edge of your mat. Bend your knees a little or a lot so that you can protect the backs of your legs and your joints and let your head dangle. This time, friends, option to add a little twist. Take your left hand, bring it to your right leg. So bring it across anywhere that feels good. It could be the outside of your right foot. It could be up on your right thigh. And then twist from your belly button, right fingers hit the sky. You're still letting your neck dangle down. You can bend into your left knee to facilitate a deeper wringing out. Take one more inhale. And as you exhale, come back to center. shake your legs side to side. Let's do the other side. So right hand to your left leg somewhere. So maybe that's your quad, your thigh, your foot, and then twist right from your belly button, left fingertips come high. It's almost like when we did our shoulder stretch at the very beginning of class. We just changed our legs a little. Take one more inhale here. And as you exhale, gently come down to the middle. Inhale, halfway lift, pull the crown of your head forward, lift up slightly. Exhale, low lunge, walk back to the front of your space. Your toes come forward, your face comes forward, your hands come forward. Inhale. Good job this time, friends. As you exhale, step your left leg back. So now you found yourself in either, and let's go to down dog. Inhale, come back to down dog, lift your hips up. Inhale, come forward to your plank pose. You could be on your toes or your knees. And then as you exhale, come all the way down to your belly. Pin your elbows in and point them back. Maybe you come to your knees. And then when you get down to your belly, untuck those toes. We've been here before, right? Feels familiar. So wiggle out along your legs. So you get a nice flush distribution of your weight. So you really want to just pull your toes back, one leg at a time, to find length through your front body. Then bring your hands down by your sides. So we did this before, cobra, hands by our ribs. This time you're gonna bring your hands by your sides with your pinkies pointing up towards the sky. Bring your toes towards each other, your feet towards each other. Zipper up your thighs as much as they want to today. Squeeze them. Roll your inner thighs up towards the ceiling. Drop your pelvis to the floor. Inhale, roll your shoulders back. Locust pose. Maybe you just bring your hands up. Pinkies, fingers lift towards the sky. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Tailbone goes towards your heels. Take one more inhale. Exhale, lower down. Option to let your cheek rest on the mat here for a moment. Either side. So option to go into that again. Option to bring your hands behind, interlace your hands and set them on your booty. An option to use your legs as well as your arms this time. So if your cheek is resting on the mat, gently square your nose towards the earth. Zipper up your abs towards your spine. Zipper up your thighs. Inhale, locust pose. Roll your shoulders back. Maybe your hands lift up. Maybe your feet lift up as well. As you raise up through your whole back body, pull your feet back and the crown of your head forward. So you're lengthening as you lift. One more big inhale here, so strong. Exhale, gently lower down. Bring your right cheek down to the mat this time. And bend your knees if you would like to. Option to windshield wiper your feet back and forth. Just gently releasing through your spine. Let your neck soften, let your jaw soften. Beautiful, come to stillness here with your feet. Point your nose towards the earth and bring your hands beneath your shoulders. As you inhale, press yourself up to a tabletop and then come around onto your sit bones. Beautiful job, everyone. Use your hands behind your hips to guide your hips forward. We're gonna come lying down. If you would like to just roll on down, you're welcome to roll on down. If you want a little core challenge on the way down, your option here is boat pose, and we're gonna lower down. So shift onto your sit bones, roll your shoulders back and lift your heart, and then pull your abs in. Zipper up your thighs, perhaps your feet stay on the earth, or maybe they come parallel, shins parallel, or maybe your legs come long. These are all boat pose. You choose what feels best for you. Take an inhale here. And then as you exhale, zipper everything up and lower slow and controlled for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Let your head rest down. Walk your hands in towards your bum and then scoop your tailbone under so you neutralize your spine. Because if you're like me, your lower spine lifts a lot when you come down like that. And then from here, walk your feet all the way in, hands by your hips, press your hands into the earth, press your heels into the earth, scoop your tailbone under, lift your hips up. Bridge pose. Draw your abs in, root into your heels to ignite your hamstrings. Send your tailbone forward isometrically. Feel it pull forward to lift your hips higher. Let your shoulders melt down into the earth. Take one more inhale here. As you exhale, roll down vertebrae by vertebrae, slow and easy. One bone at a time. And then from here, bring your knees to each other and walk your feet out wide. Broken bridge. Place one hand on your belly, one hand on your heart. Maybe you close your eyes here or soften your gaze. And take a moment to just breathe into you. I accept myself fully as I am. I accept myself fully, just as I am. And if your eyes are closed, maybe flutter them open. Release your hands down to the mat. From here, feet back in line with your hips, knees apart. And we'll take a figure four. So cross your right ankle over your left knee and use your hand here to press your right knee away from your face. You should feel a little stretch along the right side. If you're feeling a big stretch right here, maybe you stay just like this with your left foot on the mat. If you want a little bit deeper stretch, use your hands to grab onto the back of your left thigh and pull both your knees in. And you can use this right arm to wedge in. Arms work as great wedges in yoga, if you hadn't noticed that already. You can press your right arm into your inner right thigh, and that's gonna push that knee away as you pull both legs towards your face. And that's just gonna keep deepening, enhancing that stretch. So you find that magic spot for you today. And if it feels all right, maybe experiment with a little rock side to side. If you're feeling any sensation in your right knee, flex your right toes, flex your right foot. See if that helps. If that doesn't help, ease back a little bit on the stretch. And then gently come back to center here, friends. Let your left foot come back to the earth if it's not there already. Uncross your feet. And shake your booty side to side, just wiggle and even things out. And then we'll go to the other side. Take your left foot and bring it to your right knee. Use your hand to press that knee away as you flex through your left foot. And feel that little stretch through your outer left hip. Stay here if that serves you. And if you want more, grab on to the back of your right thigh. Pull everything forward. Option to rock side to side. Use your left arm as a lever into your thigh to deepen that stretch. You can also focus attention on gently bringing your tailbone back to the mat as you pull your knees in. And that's a counter stretch. So tailbone comes down, knees come up and forward towards your face. That'll deepen the stretch even more. Anything that feels good to you. And then gently, friends, come back to center once again. Let your right foot come down to the earth and then uncross. Bring both knees in. And a little hug and a squeeze. Use your hands on your knees to rotate your knees around in a circle. And then rotate in the other direction. And from here, hug your right knee in. Give it a hug and a squeeze. Left foot comes down to the earth. Left knee bent, or extend your left leg long if that feels okay in your lower spine. Get a little stretch through your front groin. So continue to pull your right knee in, but also pull it out to the right. And notice the shift in that stretch. It's gonna give it a little bit more opening through your front body. Rotate your right ankle. Give your legs some love. Lubricate those ankle foot joints. Wiggle your toes. Take an inhale here. And then as you exhale, a little supine twist. Use your hands to guide your right knee over, across your body. Stack your right hip over your left. And maybe you bump your hips back a little bit, make a little space for that twist. And then bring your right shoulder back. Prioritize your shoulder coming back down to the earth over your right knee coming to the earth. And this will be, even though we're twisting, we're actually neutralizing our spine in this pose. So maybe you gaze over your right fingertips here. If you haven't already, release your yogic breath. Shift your breathing to slower, easeful inhales and exhales. Starting to melt down, take one more inhale. And then as you exhale, gently come back to center. Maybe use your hands to guide your leg back. And then press both feet to the earth. Shift your hips back to neutral. And then pull your left knee into your chest. Right foot on the earth, knee bent, or right leg long, whatever feels good. And then rotate your left ankle as you start to pull your left knee in and out to the left. And you just notice when I pull it straight in, I feel a little bit of a stretch here, but when I pull it out, it really enhances the stretch all along this full front right thigh. So you play and see what feels good in your body today. One more inhale. Exhale, find that supine twist on the other side. Use your hands to guide your left knee. And maybe you bump your hips back if that feels good. Drop your left shoulder down to the mat. Gaze back over your left fingertips. Maybe you close your eyes. That feels supportive and safe. Take one more inhale. And then as you exhale, gently come back to center. One more time. Add both knees into your chest, like your nose to your knees. Give your whole body a little hug, a little squeeze, and thank your entire being, your entire self, for coming to yoga and for dedicating an entire hour just to you. You are so, so worth it. Always, always, always. And then from here, friends, inhale, squeeze everything. Exhale, Shavasana. Come on down, release your legs, release your shoulders, wiggle any last wiggles out. Release your breath. Soften your gaze or close your eyes. Take a few minutes to integrate all of your work today, to let it all really seep in. Accept it fully. Accept the weight of your body melting down. A little peace, a little Shavasana. Friends, you are more than welcome to stay just as you are. If you want to continue your rest, stay. If you're ready for the next adventure of your day, start to bring your awareness back to this space. Feel yourself here on your mat. Draw in a slightly deeper breath and begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes, introducing any little movements that feel supportive and good. And then letting that go, bring your hands above your head and just stretch. Nice big good morning stretch into incredible, fantastic. No one's quite like you, so let that light shine. And then gently bringing your arms down, slightly bend your knees and roll to your side of choice. Stay here for a breath or two. And then gently press yourself up to a comfortable seat. Option to keep your eyes closed. As you head off your mat today out into reality, I invite you to look for those opportunities. Ask yourself, how can you find acceptance in the everyday moments, both on and off your mat? Acceptance in yourself, acceptance in others,
acceptance and just being with what is. And just see how that shifts your day. That, my friends, bring your hands to heart center. The teacher in me honors and appreciates the teacher in each of you, and I hope that you have a fantastic rest of your day. Bring your thumbs between your eyebrows, third eye center. Sat Nam. Sat, truth. Nam, identity. Aligning with your true self, letting it radiate out from here. Inhale here. Exhale. Go in peace. Sat Nam. Thank you so much. Thank you, friends. Thanks, Bernice. It was really nice to be with you today. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. Take care.